Hey guys, I'm here with Chris. He has been a templater in the St. Louis market for how many years?
12 years.
12 years. And I met him at a prior company. He was measuring with a prior digital templating system.
Correct.
However, he transitioned over to our digital templating several years back. He again then transferred to the new LT3Raptor software later on. However, we're going to talk a little bit more about your transition and how it was, what your feelings are about our digital templating system. So first off, right off the bat, how long have you been measuring for?
So 12 years, like I said, and I started with another system. The company I started with kind of used the other system and brought yours in at the same time, and I continued to use the old system. But once the laser came in, that was our primary templating system, and the other just started to collect dust.
Good, awesome. Yeah. And your experiences, other than that, about templating in general, like if you're talking to somebody who's new?
Well, first I'll just say I'm a fan of your product now that I've been using it for so long. It just made my job so much easier. And I'll say this, even with the old software, because I know there's a big update that I was part of. It started a couple years ago. You could do things much quicker with the software than I could with the competitor's device. It was a little clunky and a little more awkward, a little slower. So I found the easy use on site. I could kind of clean up my drawings a lot quicker and get more templates done each day than I could with the other system.
Perfect. So again, we're going to talk a little bit more about the software package that we have. It's Raptor. We brought it out about 3 years ago at TICE. There was a beta test. I think you being a part of it. Definitely you used the LT1 software. How many years did you use the LT1 software for?
That would have been about 10 years.
And really quickly, your CAD background, would you scale 1 to 10? 10 being really good, 1 being nothing?
Maybe like a 5.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, kind of in the middle.
And one of the things we talk about even with LT1 is that you didn't have to be so CAD literate. However, you transitioned into Raptor. Can you tell us a little bit about that transition? What were the benefits that you got from Raptor versus LT1?
I mean, first off, having used LT1 for many years, there was lots of these little things that we wished for at that time. Like if I was drawing a notch, I had to do a lot of steps to get to that point. And so that was just one example when Raptor came out. I think through all the years and templators giving feedback to you guys, you did a great job of implementing tools to make our job easier and quicker so we could get more things done efficiently in a day and prevent errors from all those extra clicks and things, because it's a very nice and clean interface. Two, like me, if you're templating for multiple companies like I am now, you want to be able to kind of set things up and cater to each of your individual clients, and that's something that Raptor allows me to do very effectively. But even if you're just a standalone fabricator like the ones that I worked for before I went out on my own, it was all about getting that time down to get things done efficiently on the job site and move on to the next one to keep our costs down. But it just sped me up so quickly, and then also it was an instant back to the shop. Our programmer could just get my files as soon as I left the job site. I didn't even have to think or do anything. It synced to the cloud and made it easy.
Were you guys using any of the post-process work? We have those nesting functions that are built in it, the scribe line functions that are built into it.
I'll say it's something that at the last company I was at, they were interested in implementing that, but we hadn't fully done it before I left. So whether they have, but I'm familiar with it. It's something that's definitely useful. Like it can cut down times on production because you're saving steps from having to kind of take in a very undefined CAD file and then redefine all your lines for your flat polishes, your finished edges, walls and all those things.
Right, and when we discussed about those, I knew that you knew programming. You actually programmed on one of the CNC saws, if I'm not mistaken, at some point, and that's one of the reasons why I know you could take advantage of it to go a little bit further, having a drawing further fabricated readiness, basically what we got to.
Exactly.
Anybody who is not using LT3, what would you tell them today?
I mean, I think you definitely need to at least check it out. My honest opinion is it's the best tool for the job, and especially in the industry I'm in, doing natural stone fabrication. That's my primary field. It's just the level of service you get if you have an issue on a job site. You guys just do a great job of keeping us educated on what changes are being made, and offering that field support. If you're just in a crux and you're like, hey, something weird's going on, I don't know what's going on because this isn't normal. I call you guys and it's instantaneous. I get a call and get help, and I get back to work and on to the next job. So it's been it's a great experience.
Oh, well, we really, again, appreciate it. I know this will be an awesome transition for you, obviously getting into the templating service now at this point. And we look forward to your progress. Again,
yeah, awesome.
Appreciate it, man.
JT, appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Excited to get started. Thank you.